Hey guys out there, this is Pedro Ariel speaking. Welcome once again to K2 Play. And for today's episode, we're going to take a look or maybe a deep dive into the jingles of RTL FM or RTL FM as what they say in their native language, Dutch. Well, anyways, the jingles from RTL FM were used in the mid-2000s, and these old jingles from RTL FM were nothing but resung versions of jingles that were originally produced for radio station KBIG-FM, KBIG-104 in Los Angeles, South California. However, the RTL FM versions were recorded with a mixture of North American and Dutch singers, which is different from the original versions that had only the Dallas jingle singers. So that's kind of interesting. It gives a proper identity, a level of class, and also some interesting choices of cuts to make from the package itself. Well, anyway, I'm going to show you one of my favorite jingles from this jingle package, Next Edition, that was originally produced by Gen Creative Productions for KBIG in Los Angeles, South California. But what we're going to do is compare the original version of this jingle with more or less like 3 or 4 versions of that same jingle for RTL FM in the Netherlands that they've used throughout the 2000s. Okay, so the first version is the one that was aired on KBIG, KBIG 104 in Los Angeles.
Next Edition, 7.
Boogie Nights, Boogie Nights, KBIG 104.
Very well made, don't you think? Actually, that jingle was made for one of the few shows that KBIG 104 had aired throughout the 2000s. They called themselves that show as the Boogie Nights on KBIG. So that's why the jingle has that Sonovox going Boogie Nights while the synthesizer was playing 5th chords. So that's really cool. Then the second one is the resung version that RTL FM aired throughout the 2000s. It's interesting to know how this jingle was resung for RTL FM because remember that in the 2000s, RTL FM wanted to have a jingle package with the adult contemporary flavor, so it plays a lot of music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, just like RTL FM themselves. And that jingle package was done in collaboration with Top Format Productions in Haarlem, the Netherlands. So that's why the jingles have a mixture of North American and Dutch vocalists. The North American vocals were recorded in Dallas, Texas, while the Dutch vocal parts were recorded in Haarlem, the Netherlands at Top Format Productions. So that's very, very, very interesting indeed. Also, I forgot to mention that this version of the jingle, instead of the original one where it had Boogie Nights being sung and also the Sonovox effect saying Boogie Nights on top of 5th harmonies, the RTL FM version had this sung Boogie Nights phrase being replaced with the grootste hits aller tijden, or the greatest hits of all time. That's what they were singing in the beginning part of that jingle. And that Sonovox effect on the original version was also removed to gain access to RTL FM on RTL FM. So the lyrics went from Boogie Nights KBIG 104 to De grootste hits aller tijden op RTL FM. The greatest hits of all time on RTL FM. Also, we have some interesting 2 bonuses around because RTL FM did not only had one version of that same jingle. but there were two main variants of that same jingle that they've used for some TV commercials. Yep, actually some of these national television stations from the Netherlands aired TV commercials about the radio station, about RTL FM, the music, their disc jockeys. And while this was happening, there was a jingle that they played throughout the ending portion of that commercial, so that's really cool.
RTL FM kleurt je zomer. RTL FM.
If I'm not mistaken, that commercial was aired actually in the summer period of 2004. So that's really cool. Well, of course, the commercial centers a woman walking slowly through the sands of a beautiful beach. The image, you can see that it's black and white, but just at the exact moment where she turns on her portable radio device, the whole video turns into color. I think the main concept for this is that RTL FM was going to make your summer even more colorful. And that's why the commercial had the slogan RTL FM kleurt je zomer. Yeah, pretty cool actually. Well, of course, you may have not noticed that much, guys, but that woman artist who appeared on that old commercial was actually humming the melody for this jingle. The jingle that goes on with the lyrics RTL FM kleurt je zomer, which is kind of a modified variant of that same jingle that I just showed to you guys a while ago.
RTL FM geeft jou de muziekgarantie. Tussen 9 en 5 hoor je nooit 2 keer dezelfde plaat. RTL FM, het radiostation met meer muziekvariatie.
RTL FM.
So again, here's one of these TV commercials that were aired in the mid-2000s about the radio station. And the concept is pretty similar to the last one, but this time it centers more on the schedule and programming choices of the radio station themselves. Well, I can't translate exactly what the announcer is saying because I don't know that much of the Dutch language, but if you guys can help me because some of you may also speak English perfectly, that is super fine. And I should be very grateful for this one. Well, anyways, so the commercial was centering on a analog clock, which has some markers, analog and digital ones, and they say that they play music non-stop for 2 hours immediately at 9 o'clock at night and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I think that's the main concept. I may be wrong about this, but I don't know exactly. Well, anyways, the jingle, which you heard from the summer theme one from 2004, was made instrumental so that RTL FM is only sung at the ending portion of that commercial. You can see that the logo of the radio station has also been updated into a more modern font, which is more aligned to the main branding of the RTL TV channels on free and cable TV. And the radio station was using the slogan Meer muziekvariatie, or more music variety, as what they say in Dutch. This was also reflected on that commercial, because RTL FM was the radio station that played more music variety 24/7 before that frequency will be swapped for another station called 100% NL, 100% NL. So, what do you guys think about this radio jingle comparison, especially for my loved ones in the Netherlands? My subscribers, followers, and commentators. Tell me in the comment sections below, and I'll be so happy to be answering all of your questions very quickly. All material presented in this and other tracks from this channel are all protected under copyright, and they are being shown here only for entertainment purposes.